minister, nothing sinister, believe that.
Open mic.
It's word solid power. You don't call this a rap.
Open mind, open mic.
You don't call this a rap.
Two. Yo, what up, IHF?
You don't call this a rap.
What up, Black Roots?
It's Prime Minister in black.
Strange things are happening, strange things are happening, strange things are happening, strange things are happening.
I make the leaning tower tip a little when I spit a little with no dribble. Mind controlling the masses, not on the roof with the fiddle. Devils acting nice, get their horns in a vice. Black, cast the chisel, cut you down till your bone bristle. Bombing huts with missiles, a stray bullet still whistle from dead men's pistols. If Roots don't got it, get down, let's go check Colonel and Giggles. Fuck the fake chalice bong and backwards my weed sizzle. White perverts make African entertainers show breasts but no nipples. If lies trickle like Chinese torture, your mind stay crippled. In a state of no growth, you mind sickle. For cloning, organ snatchers, got your parts in ice or pickled. Pussies do nothing, watching black girls on the bus get nickled. Nas got camera, not Cameron got your pink tickled. Sambo entertainers exiting, big whips don't get your mink riddled. Fags bite the curb and the teeth come in bits like kibbles. Reptilians get caught up when we move nets like kiddles. Sellouts major and doing nothing for their own Dr. Doolittle. I burn rainbow fake fruit flavor like Loops and Skittles.
Strange things are happening, strange things are happening, strange things are happening, strange things are happening.
It is criminal to teach a man not to defend himself.
You gotta defend yourself. Shit. Yo, salute to the Red Baron, suing all those angels,
It
fouling.
is criminal.
I'm saying, yo, what up, Jules? Hey, yo, Sambo, guard your gorilla, get knuckled up. You're bucking up black children on the fucking bus. Police chief wants that. The more violence, the longer his contract. Sun disc guns and badges, but they won't stop black on black combat. Where do they get the gaps? We don't make them and can't make them. Instead of eating, we need to be putting the heat to bacon. They ask for help when they get paid without taxes. Witnesses get killed in these streets, bun talking to police. IHF no waste lead on black self-destruction. Hence is the foundation supporting black self-construction. They're trying to snatch children and charging me for truth abduction. My function to be a thorn in the devil's side at the sacrificial luncheon. I'll do it, played upon until dawn when hunch jump in. Putting fire on your giant owl. Human shape shifts somehow, and some growl, while grandmasters hiss with their eyes vertically slit over Satan's pit. Victoria crosses his crosses. Elizabeth's favorite quote was his head off with. Research Elizabethan law to see how they punished the paw on crosses. My revelation, if they hate each other, we'll never get reparations. We should just do it like Ashantis and kick out pagans. Synagogue of Satan, shelter the Ashkenazi nation. Too many blacks turned their backs on Africa to be Caucasoid Asian. Christopher Columbus never knew men for navigation. They were from the Spanish dungeon habitation population. It's so amazing. Whites were the uncivilized before zebras had stripes. Before they flipped it on us and used to eat tripe. Before they lied and made the black crass white. The Bible said giving birth is a curse and that's not right. He says she was made with his rib, that's a fib. Especially if our Lord connected me to my mom with the umbilical cord. Animal instincts makes man think he's more than a woman. When both are in the same mind state, it's equilibrium. Ask Queen T, Asante, Wahed, Shepsut. If Ramses or Solomon didn't have the left foot first, that were where Lincoln stole it for his monument. And where Washington got knowledge to make a mark on the North American continent. Hicks give Muslims a bad name by bombing it. But if his leader works for the CIA, it sounds fraudulent. For instance, Hitler wasn't an Aryan. Why didn't they put him in a fucking concentration camp fire? He was funded by Skull and Bones, the Satanic Empire. R. Kelly suing Jay-Z, cause he's got pepper sprayed by thugs for hire. Fighting for devil's currency while children keep warm by the fire. If it's a gas stove, if it's electric, we got the oven open overnight. Riding around the cauldron, children fondling, drinking virgin blood and apple bobbing. Fucking Sambo sellers.
Details the arrest, detention, encampment, and extermination of the black and Hispanic or Latino population of this country. No other race of people have had a program written for them but the black. And of course, in 1984, it was amended to include the Hispanic population. President Reagan, along with the ex-director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Louis Goffredo, proposed this amendment in 1984, on April 6th of 1984, and hence you have the additional code name Rex 84. It's important that you understand, brothers and sisters, why this program has been put in place. You need to understand the drastic measures that have been strategically designed for our destruction. Everybody say, policy planning study. Policy planning study. And you may want to write this down so you can go verify. For short, it's PPS-23. Again, notice the name of this. Policy planning. Policy planning study number 23. This took place, brothers and sisters, in February of 1948. I wasn't even born then. February of 1948, a man by the name of George Kennan, Kennon, of the State Department planning staff reported, and I quote him, he said, "The United States must devise a pattern of relationships which will permit them to maintain 50% of the world's wealth, while only having 6% of the world's population." You've heard me talk about national security memorandums. Well, there's another memorandum that I hadn't told y'all about. It's called National Security Memorandum 200. Now, we talked about 46, which says blacks must never be allowed to unite in this country. Well, National Security Memorandum 200, write it down, go look it up. National Security Memorandum 200 was written in 1975. Brothers and sisters, I'm not talking about stuff that just happened within the last few years. I'm talking about a program that has been in place for some time here. In 1975, a man by the name of Henry Kissinger. Have y'all ever heard of him before? Yeah, he's been kind of recently in the news. In fact, he's one of Bush's boys. Henry Kissinger stated, and I quote him in National Security Memorandum, he says, quote, "A reduction of the rate of population is a matter of vital United States security. since the United States will require large and increasing amounts of materials from abroad, especially from LDCs. LDC is acronym for less developed countries. And of course, LDCs, you know where they call that? India, Africa. That's where they say the less developed countries are. So they're saying that they will take the materials from the LDCs. It goes on to say, and I quote him, that fact gives the United States enhanced interest in the political, economic, and social stability of these supplying countries. Wherever, and check out what he says, wherever a lessening of population can increase the prospects of such stability, population policy becomes relevant to sources supplied and to the economic interests of the United States. You want to know who the terrorist is in this world? The United States government. They have been for some time, brothers and sisters. Ex-President James Earl Carter, y'all call him Jimmy Carter, fanned the flames of this program when he issued a directive to Congress on May 23rd, 1977. President Carter ordered that a 3-year study on how to reduce the world's population be implemented. This program or study was called Global 2000, the report to the president. I quote from the Global 2000 report. Here's what it says, quote, that there will be zero population growth for the whites on earth by the year 2000. Did y'all hear what I said? Their study said if we don't do something, there will be zero population growth for white folk by the year 2000. It goes on to say, and in order to preserve the survival of the white race, lands which contain resources that the United States needs must be freed of its population. Brothers and sisters, it's out there in documents, but we are so churchified, we don't know what's going on. In other words, y'all, they were trying to get you to understand. According to their projections, by the year 2000, which was 2 years ago, there was approximately 6.35 billion people on this planet. How many did I just say? 6.35 billion people on this planet. Approximately 5.2 billion were people of color. Y'all hearing this? In less developed countries, the Global 2000 program goes on to state, water will be polluted in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and North Africa to destroy the coastal fisheries. The quote, decertification unit. In fact, they had what was called the United Nations Decertification Conference in 1977. The decertification unit will destroy woodlands in the Sahel region in Africa below the Sahara Desert. To increase, check this out now, to increase the destruction of topsoil. Are y'all hearing this? See, y'all, the land is so rich in Africa. You don't have to plant seeds. All you got to do is drop them. And they'll fertilize and take root and grow. So their program is to implement techniques that will destroy the topsoil and promote desert conditions. The people goes on to say, the people will have to resort to cow dung and field residue for fuel. Goes on to say, that part of the report, fertility rates will be severely reduced. Doesn't say how though. It just says fertility rates will be severely reduced. Price of food will increase 95%. And Central Africa's food consumption will drop to 20% below the Food and Agriculture Organization standard for survival. Oh, this is really deep. And every $1 increase in the gross national product for less developed countries, for every $1, there will be $20 increase for North America, Western Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and Canada. Now this really blew my mind, y'all, when I was doing this research. It went on to say, weather, not W-H-E-T-H-E-R, W-E-A-T-H-E-R, the weather, like outside. The weather will be manipulated to affect production and demand of food exported from other countries. Now you know that's deep. When they've actually developed the technology to cause weather control.
Now just to put this into perspective, 2020, he's talking about this since 2002. So where is the program from 2002 that they've been going, where he's talking about they're manipulating the weather and all that? Where is that now in 2020? Like, where are they in this program? Because if they were doing that in 2002, what are they doing right now? Now, saying that to say this, the position that we're in right now is, remember in Terminator, first Terminator, when she had the dream of the world being destroyed and she was holding on to the fence? Okay, we're past holding on to the fence. We're ashes already. We're already ashes. We're already ashes holding on to the fence, talking about we want the rights of something. You're ashes already. Stop being a hard-headed dumbass. Give it to the younger generation so they have a chance to do something. You're already ashes. So give up the game. Try to be whatever. Give it up. You're ashes. Noble Ali said that he came for the young and unborn. He didn't come for the Moors who were around him at that time. What are they? What's he gonna do with them? He came for the young and unborn. Right. Well, those people that he came for, the young and unborn, are now here, and then we're telling people to do the same thing that he said to do. When we listen to these people talking crazy, because there's already been a plan implemented in order to eliminate the Negro, Black, Colored, Latino, Hispanic people. And then the people are looking at it like, oh, they can't do that to us because we're no, back up. 1776, North America. Thomas Jefferson, Continental Congress, and all that. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their creator, whatever your creator is, with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You have a right to live. Now, this is a very noble, honorable, intelligent statement by a European. I don't see anything wrong with that. Because he's a European and he said this, that he's racist or something. No, that's, yeah, I'll ride with that. I won't argue with that. I'll go with that. Then here are people come, well, no, that's not, because the European white man, they don't respect black people and all that. And we're supposed to have, in 1776, they said about the rights and all that stuff. They don't treat us like we got rights because the black man's been here, we're suffering, we're going through all the, and they do all the complaining. And say that they're not going to go with this because it's racism, because they really don't treat all men equal. Now, the perspective that your nigger leaders have not brought to your attention is that if you're speaking a language, it would make sense to know the rules of that language so you don't sound crazy when you're talking to people in whatever language. Every language. So the language in question is the English language. Now, all languages have rules. And there's no one whoever that has some monopoly on origin of something. Everybody had a part to play. Everybody had a part to play. And having all these multiplicity of languages out here. But specifically, the English language, there's rules to that. So the nigger leaders are going to play games with you and tell you to hate this. Oh yeah, no, they hate America and all this because America with a triple K, because they've been killing our people and all that stuff, because they don't want to treat us like human beings and we have rights. And if you have rights, then you would call yourself men, because clearly this applies to men. So if we go to the dictionary, see men, see men, it's a noun. And a noun is person, place, thing, or idea. Noun. Like the part of speech that applies to men is noun. When we go to black, there's black is an adjective. The adjective describes. That's all. So, if you're calling yourself a description, when clearly rights only apply to men, which are nouns, you can't be mad at some European. Why are you mad at European? The question is, why are you calling yourself black? Black's adjective. Why would you say I'm black?
if that's an adjective and only describes. And then you get mad when people murder you in the street. And then when you go check all the news or whatever, there's a black guy got this and a black guy got that and a black guy got killed and a black guy got shot and a black guy this and a black guy that, and you keep going with it. And then your nigger leaders are pushing that as well, and you're going with it, and you don't see the game that they're playing. You really don't see. You really think it's them still? You really think it's them? It's them? It's not them. It's our people. Cause what? Because you thought what Noble Drew Ali was talking about in the 1920s was a joke and unreal. And he told you that the blood is going to flow up to a horse's brow. You know how big a horse is? Okay, blood is going to be at the horse's eyebrows. So if blood's going to be at a horse's brow, and he said that's going to happen in the 1920s, and then in 2020, all we're hearing is people complaining about they got shot up and all this type of stuff, and blood of our people's been flowing. Wouldn't that mean that that's prophecy manifesting, which proves that this individual, Noble Drew Ali, is actually a prophet, and you should probably consider what he's been saying, especially since your nigger leaders haven't told you? Why wouldn't they tell you? Why wouldn't they tell you that you're part of a nation? Oh no, they're not going to tell you that, because they want you to keep funding them instead of saving yourself. And you know, we said this, Ben said this. Now people are gonna play their little game. People are gonna play their little game. People are gonna play their little game, bringing up Mansar Barbé got shot and all that. What did the Moors do? He was an innocent bystander in a police raid. He wasn't on the street and all the Negroes are there and somebody's getting choked out or somebody's getting their knee on their neck and they're filming them. That's not what happened with Mansur Barbé. That's not what happened. And secondly, like we said, Aunt Jesus, his family hired an attorney. So don't talk to Moors about Mansur Ball. Go talk to their attorney. FOH. FOH. As if these people are out here killing Moors. Even if they had him on the street and you people were standing there filming and Moors were standing there filming and nobody did anything when they murdered Mansur Barbé. Even if. Right? They never once called him black in an article. They always called him by Mansur Barbé in the articles. No, but they don't recognize the Moors though. But they never once called him a black man. Go look in all the stuff. See if they call him black. But you want to hear what Moors are saying. Then you're going to bring him up as if because a Moor got murdered by police, we're going to stop being Moors. The hell are you talking about? Why are we going to stop being Moors because a Moor got murdered by police? We're going to stop being Moors? Are you dumb? We're telling you stop being black so you could stop being murdered by the police. That's what we're saying. You bringing him up. And that's how we know these people are bitches. Because the fact that you're going to bring up Mansour Balbay has nothing to do with anything. 2005 his stuff happened. This is 2020. Why are you bringing up some 2005? Find me a Moor that got murdered between 2015 and 2020. Bro, show me that. Show me that. Pull up the video. Pull up the video of a Moor getting murdered by somebody, anybody, between 2015 and 2020. Please, somebody post the video of the Moor who got murdered by the police. Nothing? Crickets? Okay, somebody post the stuff about the black guys who got murdered by the police. Anybody? Could anybody post the list of 2015 to 2020, how much black guys just killed? Don't play dumb with Moors. Don't play dumb. Because we know we're right. We know people are getting murdered in the street because they call themselves black. We know this. You don't think it's about that? All right, fine. Then keep getting murdered. You know, keep getting murdered. Keep playing this game that your black leaders put you on, that you're not Moors, but you're everything else except Moors. And then everything that you're claiming to be is an adjective, which means rights don't apply to it because it's a it. And then 2002, Ray Hagins, who's you guys' black guy, ex-pastor who turned conscious and all that stuff, he's flying the RBG flag now and all that stuff. And he told you what's up. That it's a program that they have in place. Because they have their Stop the Black Messiah program. If your dumbass is gonna say you're black, then program applies to you. They know Black Messiah. They know there's nothing called that. They called it that to appease your dumbass, for you to think that some Messiah is black. They know Black Messiah. The hell is that? European made that up. Oh, so now you guys riding with what European made up? There's no such thing as a Black Messiah anywhere on the planet. Nowhere. You ask anybody, they don't know anything called a Black Messiah. There's nothing called that. Oh, but you're riding with that. And then FBI made that up. CIA made that up. And you're using that as your reasoning behind why they're murdering you to stop a Black Messiah? You dumbass. What is a Black Messiah? There's nothing called that. There's nothing called a Black Messiah. You could play the little games when you're with your people at the barbecue and the cookout and all the stuff like that. When you go into the real world, that black shit doesn't apply. You look like a dumbass. I'm telling you that because that's what these international people tell Moors. Hey, what the hell's wrong with your people? How come you could wear a fez and your people are wearing baseball hats and stuff like that? How come you can wear a turban? How come you know that you're a Moor and your people don't know that they're Moors? This is what international people tell me personally when they see me as a Moor. Every single time they question, why is it only you know this? Why don't your people know what you know? Because if you talk to anybody from anywhere other than North America, even though they've been under colonization, they know their history. Not because they colonized means that they're dumb nigger and they don't know their history and where they come from and who their ancestors were. Right. Be the Moor. If you want to put your thing on the record, you know, push the thing and you know, put your situation out there, because these people have to know that calling themselves black is why they get murdered in the street. It's not because the European doesn't like you or whatever BS that your nigger leaders told you. That's not why. It's because you call yourself something that you're not. So what you expect to apply to you is not going to apply because you're not calling yourself the thing to apply. I don't care how much you call a light bulb a hammer. You're not putting in any nails with a light bulb. I don't care how. Oh, don't worry, I'll do it. I don't care how. Right? I don't care. As soon as you make the claim that you're a light bulb, and you're trying to use this light bulb to hammer a nail into wood because you think a light bulb is a hammer, you're tripping to the world. Islam, Moor.
Peace, Moor.
Peace. How's self?
All is good. All is great.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so
yeah, go ahead, Moor.
yeah, so I was at the gas station the other day, and there was a couple of children in there, I should say, and they were giving the guy at the counter a hard time, basically walking out of the store.
Hold on, one thing too. Good one on correcting yourself right there. Instead of saying kids and saying children, because we're going through a detox. But as Moors, we want to catch when we do those things, because that's really how we're gonna fix the stuff. The same way that a lot of people are gonna say black, 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 and then certain people they'll stop before they say it, or they'll think about it because you already know that it's a fiction. But if we don't correct ourselves with it, then the pattern's gonna continue. So I just wanted to acknowledge you correcting self, because it's really about self, you know what I mean? And that the fact that you picked it up, just to acknowledge that it's good that you picked that up, and you're gonna keep correcting yourself. But yeah, carry on with what you were saying.
Thank you, Grand Sheik.
Islam one.
So I was in the, like I was saying, I was in the gas station, and the children were giving the person at the counter a hard time. Basically, they walked out of the store, or one of the children walked out of the store with a bag of chips, didn't even pay for it. And then the other guy that was there was letting him know, hey, I'm going to pay for it, this, that, and the third. And the person working the counter was letting him know, like, hey, you can't do that if you go to Walmart. You can't do that if you go anywhere else, so why do it here? Basically just giving him a hard time. And then I was the next person in line. I approached him, and he was just talking to me about the situation. And then he had said something about black people in America. And I stopped and I said, wait a second. You know there's no black people here. There's no such thing. Now, the person that was at the counter, he was a brother from Africa in the East.
Yeah.
So, and I told him, I said, you know this. Don't play any games. And he looked at me and he said, where are you from? I said, America. And then I had to let him know I have a nationality as well. And then we got deeper into the conversation, and he was just continuing. He just kept on saying, there needs to be more people like you. Why isn't there more people like you? I said, there are. You just may not see them or notice them because you don't have these interactions on a daily basis. But that was basically it, Moor.
Islam, Moor. Give thanks, yo. And thank you for standing on your square when you see these injustices going on, which is, you know, everybody's been under the democracy brainwash. So like you're saying, brother from the East, who that's not even his shit, he's talking like the niggers talk. You know what I mean? And he's only doing it because, like you said, that's all he deals with, them people. So he already knows. You know what I mean? That's probably the 80th bag of chips that they done stole from dudes.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? That's the neighborhood youth, man, who every day goes for his bag of chips. Like, hey, it ain't nothing. You know? On the level, yeah, the dollar chips, here's a 10, and let the man get his chips every time. You know what I'm saying? You know? because you already know what our people are going through. But give thanks more. Appreciate that.
No problem, Moor.
That Islam.
Islam.
Right? And that also goes to show the whole thing with the the unity. The unity is not come together and go pull down a police fence or some BS. That's not unity. Like that's vampirism. You say that's vampirism because all those you notice what the highwaymen did? You notice what the highwaymen did when these people pull their thing. Like our people really don't get it. And it's unfortunate they don't get it, but hey, it is what it is, whatever. At this point. So they go to the police station or whatever, and they're pulling down fences, busting up police cars and all this stuff, right? You realize what the highwaymen did when that was happening? You realize nothing happened? You realize they just let them. What if all those cars had no engines in them? Let's just say all those cars there were shells. No engine. Did these people do something? Let's just say they put that fence there just so that these people could pull the fence down. Is their pulling down the fence doing anything? Is it solving any problems? Probably not. If they set that stuff up for these people to go there and do that because they already know how the Negroes do. Because they've had their plan and they know every single move these people are going to make before they even make their move. They got it so locked that they're going to set up the move so that the Negroes could walk right into the stuff, right? Now, the point with the wasted energy, think about this. What happened to social distancing and masks and corona and stuff like that? I thought that's supposed to be stopped and all that. It's supposed to be 6 feet and all that. Oh, none of that applies right now? Okay, interesting. How is it that these people are riled up, right? These people are riled up. These people are riled up, right? And all the highwaymen are just standing around looking. You know what that's called? That's called feeding. That's called feeding. There's a science called vampirism. Like Dracula and all that stuff is not a guy with the fangs and whatever. It's people who suck people's energy. You know succubus? And then you wake up drained and you don't know why and all this type of stuff. Because succubus was on you all night. Vampiring you. And then you already know that we're the unlimited source of energy. So there's no us being tired. You know what I mean? Because, you know, these people, you know how we do. They know us being tired. So energy is just pouring out of our people. And then on top of that, it's during a time where their energy pouring out was orchestrated. They did something in order to get this reaction from our people. That's a science. That's not some racist police or whatever. These people are killing our people with metaphysics all day, every day. High science. All these people are cultists and all that. Our people are looking at this on some mundane 1, 2, third dimension or whatever. Lost. And then we try to put them on some game and they're looking at us like we're crazy, telling us about Mansour Ball Bay and all that. Lead them more. One Moor got murdered in 5 years, so I'm not going to be a Moor. But I'll be black, even though we got names forever about black people murdered, Negroes murdered, colored people murdered by some European. And remember, this is before social media or whatever, and pull out your phone and record it. Before that. So your leaders set you up, and now you're suffering. Your leaders set you up, now you're suffering. You're suffering right now. And never ever forget that this is Khalid Muhammad's son. Never forget. Now how is it? Oh yeah. And don't forget. We're still waiting for y'all to pull up on Zimmerman. Still. You keep playing your little game or whatever. Right. R.I.P. Proclaiming Moor as your nationality would put you in the status of having a life. If you don't have a nationality, then you're property. And property doesn't have rights. It's that simple. Proclaiming your nationality puts you in a living status. If you don't have a nationality, then you don't fall in a living status, you fall in a dead status. And if you're in a dead status, then that means anybody could do anything that they want to you. It's that simple. It's nothing advanced. It's not some high stuff to figure out. Real simple. It's basic. Everybody knows Dred Scott case. Dred Scott, in the case, was plaintiff in error. Why is it plaintiff in error? Because you can't tell me you're free, but your name's Scott, which means you're property. What are you talking about? How are you free, but your name is the name of your slave master? Obviously, you're not free. Oh boy, status don't. Why don't you push the thing? Let me bring you in, because you people are talking crazy, and you're talking not with a sound mind. Not talking with a sound mind. You're talking crazy right now. Status don't matter. How doesn't status matter when every single time you go to court for whatever, the first thing is what's your name? That's status. The first thing highwayman comes up and says, license registration. What's that? He wants to know your status. What do you mean status don't matter? What are you talking about? How doesn't status matter? When he presented his status by giving a license or whatever, they already know he's in our jurisdiction. So we could do anything that we want, including kill him. Because his status is not living. His status is dead because he had a license with a name of a European. George Lloyd, that's a European name. So he's a slave. Now you can just look at the car that he was driving. They got plates on it from the state. So what do you mean? No different than Mansour Bay. But they never called him black. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Never called him black. You don't study more science. Stop this. All of a sudden you study more science. The Moor just called you from the real world. A Moor was just on here telling you that the other people in the world know about nationality. What's so hard to get? And we're even done with Moors, with you people. We're even done with saying you're Moors. I don't give a fuck if you don't say that you're a Moor. Say you're some nationality. Say you're Nigerian. Say you're Sumerian. Say you're Say you're a nationality and show me something to prove that you're that. If you want to be Ghanaian, that's where you come from, cool. Show me something saying that you're Ghanaian so that we can know that you're a national, so we can deal with each other on national affairs. I ain't playing nigger games with you people. You don't want to be Moors? Cool. Don't be Moors. It's all right. Don't say you're Moors. Say some nationality. Filipino. Say that any nationality. It can't be European either. You know, so don't tell me that you're some European. You find a nationality, go to the UN, go through the list of all the nations on the continent of Africa. Pick one. Qualify yourself by having something from that nationality to prove that you're that, so we could have unity. If you're not going to do that, then FOH, keep getting murdered in the street. What's your nationality, Aunt Jesus? If you got books from RV Bay and you study, at the end of the day, they don't care. It's not a bulletproof vest to proclaim your nationality. What's your name? Put your name on the thing. What do you call yourself? Because I know Aunt Jesus ain't your name. I just sent you the invite for the thing, so just push the thing. Because I don't know what you people are talking about. How doesn't nationality matter? Of course you're going to decline. Why would you decline? Why would you decline? You got plenty of books from RV Bay, and at the end of the day, it's not a bulletproof vest. Your nationality is not a bulletproof vest, but you can't show me one more with a nationality that they murdered since 2015 with Mansour Barbé. You can't find me one more that they murdered, but you're telling me it's not a bulletproof vest. Nationality doesn't work. But I can show you multiple black guys who got murdered because they call themselves black, because they got European names and all that. But you're going to ride with that as who you are, even though you know these people came out and told people, we kill black people. European, you don't worry. We kill black people. And you're going to call yourself black still? Really? You're going to still call yourself black when these people came out of their own mouth and said, we kill black people. And you're going to let the news keep calling you black and all that stuff, and you're not going to go beat their cars up, but you're going to go, please. You're playing games. And it's all good, you know what I mean? I know I got my nationality. I know Moors who, they got their nationality. They're teaching their children. So it is what it is. We're trying to put you onto something. You're talking like we don't know what we're talking about, and you can put us on. You're black. You can't put me onto anything. I hear nothing that you people are saying. As soon as you come out your mouth that you're black, I'm done with you. You ain't got nothing for me. Nothing. Nothing. If you got something for me, it's because I'm choosing to deal with you. And you're going to deal with me on my terms. Your terms don't count. Because sent you the thing so you can talk up, but you're going to decline. And then you're going to talk crazy about you got books from RV Bay, but you're not a Moor? What do you mean? How you got books from RV Bay, but you don't have a nationality, and then you're not up here jumping saying, yeah, I'm L or I'm Bay or whatever. You're not real. You're not for real with going to RV Bay. You're not for real. You're a faker. You're like these nigger leaders. You're no different than them. Nationality is the order of the day. Everybody knows this. Everyone knows this, except the people who are classified as Negro, black, colored, because they think that's their identity and they can call themselves whatever they want and nationality doesn't matter. But I've never been to anywhere in North America where Chinese people are, and that place is called Yellowtown. Never, ever, never, ever have I heard a Chinese kill a Chinese and then they say yellow on yellow crime. Never. Never have I heard that. And they're not even from here. They come here and they didn't even adopt your BS. They still say Chinatown, Greek town, nationality town. They don't say color town. They don't say skin color town. That's our people play. It's black area, black community, black neighborhood. Please. Oh, you live in a sounding just like a Negro. You live in a Confederate state. So if you're a Moor, put your appellation out there then if you're a Moor. Don't tell me you're a Moor in the chat. If you're a Moor, put it out there. You're from the South and all that stuff. What do you mean? You're from the KKK place. You should be quick to put your shit up there so they know who you are. What are you talking about? If you're a Moor and you're in a KKK spot, you will want to put this. You know KKK's on here watching. You want them to know. Oh yeah, don't mistake Aunt Jesus for no black guy when you guys come riding around where I live in the South, which is a Confederate state, and the KKK around. You quickly put your appellation out there. And if you don't have appellation, then say so. Just say, oh, well, I just started studying. I'm not really there yet, or whatever. But don't talk crazy. What happened to Mansur Ball-Bey? See, they killed him and all that. What are you talking about? That's niggers talk like that. So I know you're not no more. So why would you bring up Mansur Ball-Bey from 2015? You bringing that up in 2020? Guy just got murdered and you're bringing up Mansur Ball-Bey because we're telling our people stop playing the black BS? Look, again, it happened. Again, it happened to our people, classified as something that they're not. Again, you can't find me a Moor that got murdered by a highwayman between Mansur Ball-Bey and 2020. So don't tell me any BS about we don't know what we're talking about. Nationality doesn't work. I ain't see no murdered Moors around here. Proclaimed Moors. All I see is murdered, unconscious Moors. Stop this. What are you talking about? Nationality doesn't work. How? How does nationality not work? How? You don't even have a nationality. How you know if it works or not? Like we said, we got our birthright. We are not like, it is what it is. We're trying to put you on. We know you don't know anything if you call yourself black. I don't care what you claim you know. You think you're black, African, and all that? You're a black Indian and Dawes rolls. You're going to check the Dawes rolls because Dane Calloway, which is 2 European names, is telling you you're indigenous? How's a guy with 2 European names telling you you're indigenous? And you're looking at some European as he's the enemy. It's your own not telling you about your nationality, why you're suffering. It's your own. Nationality is the order of the day. It's gonna be. Until you get your stuff together, then hey, keep getting whatever you're getting. It is what it is. It is what it's gonna be. We're not talking about no courts right now. Right? Like I said, find me the Moor that had a nationality, that has his fez on behind a wheel of a car, a bus, a truck, or whatever, that got dragged out of his car, handcuffed, knee in your neck, break your neck, like they do to the black guys. That's all I'm asking you. Find me a Moor that happened to. If you can't, shut the hell up. Don't argue with Moors. And I know you can't, because that would have been in the news. You Negroes would have been plastering that all over the place if a Moor got murdered by police. See? Nationality doesn't work. See? Look what they did to this Moor. He had his fez on and they shot him in the face 80 times. I bet you they wouldn't call him black in the goddamn paper though. I bet you they're gonna say his name every time. You know, the black guy was whatever. The black man was whatever. No, they're gonna say Bay L Bay L, which should let you know that these people know who the Moors are. And of course it's recognized. Duh. Don't go too far. I'm not done with you yet, yo. I'm about to be back.